Sometimes I run into these stories or videos on YouTube that seem to depict living with Parkinson's as something that's really, really good, and it's often referred to as living well with Parkinson's. But after watching some of those videos and going through some of those stories, I'm like, okay, I think there's a few things missing here, and that's what today's video is about. 3 issues I have with that statement, living well with Parkinson's. Hi, it's David from Life with Parkinson's. If you're new here, welcome. We hope you'll consider subscribing. Everyone else, thank you for coming back and all of your love and support. This video is based solely off my opinions and belief and self-experience. So if you disagree, let me know in the comments below. And remember, I'm just another person with Parkinson's doing the best with the information that I have and passing it on to you guys. Okay, we have a lot of interesting information to get through today, so let's get right to it. A positive mental attitude is a choice. Okay, that's a pretty big leap. Something hard to accept, something I found very hard to accept in the beginning. But I do feel that a positive mental attitude is a choice, despite the reservations we're going to talk about now. And when they talk about this with living well with Parkinson's, I believe that they leave this out. It can be difficult or solely impossible to just suddenly flick your switch in your head and go, oh, I'm going to be positive today. And you've just had your world fall down around you. Like, this takes time to develop. It's not an overnight thing. It's not something that you're just going to walk into. Sometimes getting a Parkinson's diagnosis can feel like you're walking into a wall again and again and again, and you just keep doing it and you're not getting anywhere. And some people that are diagnosed with Parkinson's may never get this far. They may never get to develop a positive mental attitude. And I've seen that happen. A very nice gentleman I met at a support group, he was consumed with his Parkinson's symptoms. He didn't even get to the positive mental attitude stage. It was very sad to see him go. And I had this with someone who watched my channel in the very beginning. Well, I feel that while this is a great idea, something that we should definitely put into practice, I don't believe that everyone's going to be able to get this far from what I've seen. And the people that do get this far, I'm very pleased for them, because without a positive mental attitude sometimes it can be a really difficult thing to manage. But I believe that there are a lot of people out there who won't get that far. Once you get down to the cold, hard reality of Parkinson's disease and chronic illness, it's not a walk in the park. It's a struggle every day. It's a struggle that you got to push yourself to get up and fight every day against your illness. And it's not always easy. Yes, I do believe that a positive mental attitude is a choice that we make in life. But don't try to comfort someone with those words if they've just been diagnosed with something like Parkinson's disease or another chronic illness. You might not be spreading the joy very much using those words. Okay, the second issue I have with the statement about living well with Parkinson's is that only we can control our reactions to our situation. And while yes, I believe this is true, I do agree with this statement. And sometimes our lives feel like they're just bloody out of control. And that's the part I think is missed. And I get it. I totally get it. If we don't learn to control our reactions to our situation, we're going to miss out on a lot of good times that we could have. I get the logic behind the statement. But I feel that people only can deal with this after the dust has settled in part 1. After the walls have finished crumbling down around us and our whole world has changed. And we finally can go, oh, okay. Now I can start to get on with my future. But like I said before, it doesn't happen for everybody. I would compare it to like waking up from a coma or from a very bad dream that's gone on a long time, like a very long dream, when someone's trying to like shake you awake. Dave, wake up, wake up, wake up. And the part that I think is messed out here is that people don't really know what to do when they get sick. What my experience has taught me the last few years, through the many people I've met through the channel, is that when people get diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, there's a lot of people out there that really don't know what to do. Yeah, they go see the doctor and get their diagnosis, but after that, they're just like, what now? What do I do now? And that question usually isn't answered in these presentations. It always makes me think about that slogan, be the best that you can be in the army. Or a little bit of a transformation to it, Be as sick as you can be in the army. People don't know how to be sick. I believe that this little information gap exists because our society celebrates success, youth, and happiness. It doesn't celebrate or focus very long on chronic illness and Parkinson's disease. It just really doesn't. Think back to when you were a kid and you were growing up and you had a poster on your wall. It was likely from a band or your favorite actor or a sports hero or a sports team or a sports star. And they were usually in some mode of success at a concert, raising a trophy. You likely didn't have many people on there that were suffering from a chronic disease. I believe that the most of us would have like some sort of success story on the wall, something that we could connect with to help drive us forward to our success in life, because that's what's celebrated. Disease isn't celebrated. Success is what's celebrated, and that's what we're conditioned to. So we're taught at an early age how to succeed. Don't give up. Try again. Keep trying. Like, you can be whatever you want to be in this world. Just work hard enough. Like, we're not really taught what to do when something bad happens or when we get a Parkinson's diagnosis. That part is generally left out. It's almost like being sick is in a different language. It's almost like a foreign thing. Like an alien. Oh my goodness, David's sick. Run away. And I go, what should I do? And everyone's like, I don't know. Go see a doctor. And that's what this channel is for. This channel is to help fill that little information gap. Recently, we just reached 300 uploads. My goal is 1,000. So with 300 uploads, there probably is a video here for you to watch if you've got a question about something. And if something's missing, let me know. Okay, the last thing that I think is missing here is that misery loves company, but misery generally drives everyone away. And smile a little bit. Try and smile and just be happy with your life. I feel that the information that's missing here from the next part of the Living Well with Parkinson's is the situation of quarantine and what we do to people who are sick. That I think came out a little bit wrong, but I think you understand what I mean. When someone gets diagnosed with a chronic illness or they're heading into a bad way and they're getting older, we generally send them to a care home, right? The sick are segregated or quarantined from the healthy. Remember during COVID, all the barriers that went up in like the banks and the grocery stores, and you had to line up outside Home Depot or Walmart to get in? It was just crazy, right? We couldn't have sick people near healthy people. And I understand COVID was a bad thing, but I'm just using it as an example for what has generally grown out of that. Gone are the days where people stay home and die in their own beds. Usually we're sent somewhere to spend our last days like a care home or assisted living. And that's the part that I think is missing out here. I believe that we should be surrounded by our loved ones when we're having our last moments. And that's what I pray happens to me. And I don't feel that we spend a lot of time visiting those who are sick or ill or are suffering from a chronic illness. I don't think it's built into our everyday lives. We're just too busy now in the world to do that. We're too busy to stop in and check on our old friends or loved ones. And we don't spend a lot of time with them. And the conditioning from that comes from the last section about not knowing what to do when we're sick. I don't think we know what to do when someone else is sick. And I think that's an art that is generally lost in this day and age, is knowing what to do when you're ill and knowing how to support other people who are suffering from chronic illness. Thank you for continuing to take this journey together. Thank you for liking, watching, subscribing, and sharing this video with your family and friends. Please leave a question or a comment below. I'll see you on the next one. Have a good day. Goodbye.